is episode 2 of season 2. Today we are here at Tip Top Market in Charlotte, North Carolina, located at 2902 The Plaza. We are sitting in this room at Tip Top Market. This location is called Digger's Delight. We have a lot of dope vinyl here. So if you ever get a chance to do some digging, if you are a vinyl junkie like most of us are, please come check our good people out here at Digger's Delight. We're glad to be back here today. We're going to introduce ourselves. My name is Lonnie B, native here in Charlotte. I do a production, have a production company called Radio Rehab. Do some dope ass events. Check us out online at Facebook, Radio Rehab Official, and on Instagram at Radio Rehab Official as well. To my right, we have.
My name is Dion Duck Galloway, representing Double Swat and the Spread Mag. One time for Crown Keepers, here to talk about this good music or subpar music.
And to my left, we have.
I'm Lewis Walker. I don't really do no real cool shit. I just instigate hip hop beefs online, talk shit about good records, bad records, and get to do it a couple times a month for y'all here.
Awesome. So we are here today to talk about two people particularly. We're here to talk about Drake and Miss Lauryn Hill. And at the end, we're going to wrap it up with our sound off rants. Okay, we have some rants and things to get off our chest. So now, to officially start us off, who do you want to talk about first? Let's talk about the good. All right, so we're going to talk about Drake. Drake has come out. They had this new dance. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't listen to a lot of Drake. Don't have a Drake album, but I listen to him on the radio. You know what I mean? And he's had some hits, and he's trending. He stays trending. He's consistent. So I have to give the brother his props. How do y'all feel about Drake?
Go ahead, Louis.
So, we kind of have these discussions off camera, but I guess if I had to give Drake a rating, we're going traditional old school alphabets. I'd probably say like an A-, B+, only because I'm not a fan of singing Drake. I believe let the singer sing, like the BJ the Chicago Kids and folks like that. I'm not a fan of singing Drake. Rapping Drake all day long. I'll take a rapping Drake all day. This last album, I probably skimmed through the B-side maybe a couple times. Definitely enjoyed the hip hop side of the Drake album, but definitely a fan of rapping Drake. I was telling these guys I have not listened to a full Drake album probably since So Far Gone, the October's very own album. But to sit down and listen to a full Drake album before this one, I haven't really done it. But again, I'm a huge fan of rapping Drake.
So you wasn't feeling Scorpio or?
I mean, it was cool. I could have done without the singing side though.
True.
Yeah, I could have definitely done without that.
Yeah. So my thoughts on Drake, man. He's a talented cat. I recognize his talent. Be able to sing, rap, all of the above, sell records,
Act.
stream.
Wheelchair
Act.
Jimmy.
Yeah. He's an actor. Wasn't he an actor first?
I don't know about that part of Drake.
He's a master thespian.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that Drake. I give a damn about that Drake. So, I respect what he's done. He's had a long run as a terrible guy that partners in running Digger's Delight as discussed previously. He's a terrible guy. You'll see him later on in the season. He's absolutely terrible. He's a terrible person. No. So yeah, Drake. He's cool. He's all right. I'm not a fan of his new record. Like Lewis said, man. I listened to the first side A. I'm like, oh, this is pretty decent. Side B, a lot of singing, man. I'm just like, man, if I want to listen to R&B, I'm gonna listen to R&B. I'm not gonna listen to Drake for R&B. Yeah, I'm not going to Drake for R&B. So I mean, but people love him. He gets plenty of burn. I like Drake. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no issues with him. I like If You're Reading This Is Too Late. The one before that, I don't have an issue with Drake, man. So
Wait, isn't Drake the one that started people out singing? No, that was Ja Rule.
Ja
Ja
Rule,
Rule started
yeah,
the whole
yeah,
rapping,
yeah.
singing
Yeah,
thing.
I would
and
say,
then
yeah.
I think Drake picked it up like in
Yeah.
mid to late 2000s and just kind of ran with it, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
could say 50 Cent kind of like
Oh yeah.
feeling in that role too a
Yeah.
little bit, but I mean, you know, Drake is cool. He's cool. I don't know, man. The energy ain't. It's
You
my
know what
energy.
I think what it is? I think it's a light skin thing. I think people hating on a light skin brother. What you think? I don't know. I hear a lot of light skin. Because I feel like, too, if the brother was brown skinned,
Oh, man,
then
cut
everybody
it
be
out,
rocking
man.
with him.
I think now
No,
I had
man.
this conversation.
Not at all.
I had this conversation the other day at work as far
I'll read
as
the comments.
who does the rapping and singing better. And ironically, it's, for me, it'll probably be, I guess, the other person that we're going to talk about today, Lauryn Hill, is probably one of the ones that did rapping and singing well.
Yeah.
would say
To me, a dark horse in that category would be CeeLo.
Oh, very much so.
man, he's
Very much
You know,
amazing.
Very much so.
CeeLo, I think, and I've seen him live a few times.
Yes.
I think he does both
Oh,
very well.
well,
He's,
yeah.
I don't know if he,
oh, but that's
I think he might, I'm probably get killed for saying this
What?
in the comments that y'all leave, but I honestly, from a talent perspective, his voice is more soulful than Drake's, obviously.
Oh,
Fact.
And I'm a fan of a more soulful voice.
Big fact.
So I would definitely go to him before singing than I would Drake. And honestly, for content, as far as what he's talking about rap wise, I'd probably go to him before Drake too. But if we're going by charts and things of that nature, obviously Drake has run the charts for years at this point. But
I told you, because he light skinned. The industry like them light skinned brothers.
There's no comparison. There's no comparison. CeeLo is a way better talent.
Definitely.
Way better talent
Way,
than Drake.
way better,
Way better.
definitely.
Like CeeLo, man.
No comparison.
so we gonna get killed. I ain't in by myself.
No, not at all. Not-
Yeah, no.
I mean, if people know
I'll
that
take
music,
it.
people
Yeah.
know that music.
And that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
right.
And I think, not to get off topic too much, I think, the listeners today are extremely fickle, and I hate the term cheap, but because it's so overused, but people just kind of hop on, whatever's next. I had a full-fledged argument at my job the other day about CeeLo not being a better singer/rapper than Drake.
Who had that conversation? I would have walked away immediately. 'Cause I can't entertain the foolishness. Obviously, your ears are clogged up. I can't believe somebody actually compared the two.
Yeah,
and had
CeeLo's a
conversation.
hell of a talent. Hell of a talent.
Way
But
more talented,
Yeah,
man.
way more talented.
But yeah,
Absolutely.
so I would say if I had to rate Drake Scorpio out of 10, I'd probably give him like a 5, 5.5, 5.5. It's just because one half of the album is solid, the other half isn't. But he had like 1 or 2 rap tracks on the second side, so I was like, okay, I'll give you a nod for that. But the singing, man,
yeah, I'm to echo earlier sentiments. I ain't going to Drake for R&B. Like I said, for me, present day, BJ the Chicago Kid, ain't nobody out singing that guy. Right.
And then, sorry to cut you off,
No, you good.
but you see a true side of someone when somebody respond and hit you with that fire and like his whole mood kind of changed when Pusha T was like, yeah, you gonna get this work. You gonna get this work. And it reminded me of when Nas dropped Ether and Jay-Z kind of lost his way a little bit. I feel like Drake didn't know how to respond. He was like, damn, I've been kind of checked. And people are kind of feeling me getting checked. What do I do? So that also, man, that hurts your character in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Even if you get sunned, man, you might still want to swing, respond. You wanted to smoke in the beginning, but now you don't.
I don't necessarily agree with that Ether comment, because I hated Ether as a song, but that's a completely different.
Yeah, come
That's
on, man.
that beat was
Don't
terrible.
say that.
The beat was
No.
horrible.
What?
The beat for Ether was horrible.
It was the combination of the
I guess, well, I don't want
and the lyrics.
I don't want to get off track, but we can definitely
It's
have
not even
that
about the
conversation.
beat. It's not even about. Oh yeah, that's not even off track like that.
but
It was about the lyrics.
to kind of echo to kind of echo what Dion was saying. I don't know if anybody has successfully punched Drake in the mouth. like a push. I think Joe he didn't want to smoke with Joe Budden.
No, he didn't.
No.
He didn't.
He didn't want that smoke with Common because I don't think he responded.
No, he didn't.
You know, I think Meek was kind of an easy win, I guess. Meek was the free space on bingo, but
Free space on bingo.
but you know, with a real MC, you know, he ain't gonna want that smoke. I don't think the team of writers could get it together fast enough. But, you know, and I guess if we're talking about it, not just the album, but I can't, as good as the first side of that album was, I can't mentally get past, I wonder if somebody wrote this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't mentally get past that. So, you know, again, you know, for some folks that you know, are supreme artists or entertainers, you know, granted, you got to have some help. Kevin Hart has writers, you know, things of that nature. He's on the top of the comedy game. So, I don't know. Maybe that's the thing. I ain't buying it. I mean, you know, the first side of that album was good, but other than that, I'm cool on singing Drake.
Well, you know, Drake serves a purpose. He's a commercial rapper, and we need rappers like that in the industry. You know what I mean? You know, he keeps the party going, and people like to party. So, you know, we're not going to be at the club, you know, dancing to Nas, you know, and whoever else that we feel are real lyricists out here. They're not going to be rocking at the club. So, at the end of the day, you know, Drake serves a purpose. Thank you for doing commercial hip hop. We need that. Moving on. So, next topic of conversation is Miss Lauryn Hill. So, Miss Lauryn Hill, of course, you all know, has had a tendency over the past, 15 years to not show up.
Man.
I think we've got burnt here in Charlotte like twice.
I stood in line for Lauren once, and I just went
man.
home. Yeah.
So, recently, this past Wednesday, she was supposed to be here in Charlotte. What was it, like July 21st or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, she was supposed to be here in Charlotte performing, and I think the day before she canceled due to production issues. It didn't go over too well, you know. I think it was almost close to a sold-out show.
I mean, I would say so. Those people are foolish.
Yeah, they're super foolish.
You can definitely cash at me if you want to just get rid of some money.
Yeah, exactly. Right, you ain't getting my money until you are here.
Right.
Yeah.
Not quite sure why this happens. You know, they say there's many different excuses to why. You know, they say she's a diva. They say production issues. Some people in the industry say it's more than that. But my thing is, why do we keep supporting people who don't show up and show out for you? I'm trying to figure that out.
Well, ain't no damn weed.
Yeah.
I ain't giving Lauren.
That's true.
I ain't giving Lauren Hill one red cent, and it's unfortunate because she's such a great talent. You know, and I guess, you know, some of you all may be able to speak to it better than I would. I actually watched the concert on Revolt, and I guess it's something to do with her not owning the rights to her music, where she can't perform the original music from Miseducation.
Right.
I don't want to hear it if it ain't
Sour.
the original music. Like, I don't want to hear it. Like, you're singing Miseducation lyrics over made up band music. Like, I don't know. I can't deal with it. But as far as her track record, fool me once, not twice. You ain't gonna get me twice. No way. I've definitely made my donation to Lauryn Hill. Cause I got my ass out of that line, and nah, man, I don't know. Love Lauren. We can't do you no more till you start doing better. And at this point, I don't know if it matters.
Yeah.
I don't know if it matters.
I saw her. I had the pleasure of seeing her in Philadelphia at, where were we at? The Electric Factory. And her show that night, was she at the Electric Factory? I think she was at the Electric Factory. Either way, seen too many shows. But I saw her in Philadelphia, and her show was just what Lewis said, you know. People came in there expecting, you know, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. And they got everything but that. They got the lyrics, but, you know, the music was totally different. Me, personally, I loved it. I loved it because I rocked Miseducation 20 years ago, okay? Rocked it to death, you know what I'm saying? Ain't but so much I want to hear of the same beats. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I want, that for her, it just shows true artistry. If you can actually take your stuff, you reinvented it, you know what I mean? Despite whatever legality she had with the music, she's taken that same music and she's made it totally different, you know? So I respect her artistry for that. And some people don't necessarily like that. They want to hear the same shit over and over again, don't they?
Yeah, when it comes
You know what I
to
mean?
a classic album like that, give me the same shit.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. Lauryn Hill dropped Miseducation, and then what?
Disappeared.
That's it.
That's the problem. So if she had,
Well, she did the Unplugged album. I don't know if we
I
count
mean,
that
yeah,
one.
I mean, it came. I mean, a lot of that was Miseducation. So I just feel like that's part of the problem. You haven't dropped new music, even though people are like, please drop music, please come out with something. She just wasn't. She didn't have the ability to, and I think she did try. She was going to, and she dropped some, and people was like, nah, we ain't really feeling that. So I just feel like, I think that's part of the problem, man. Like, let me get this right. You haven't dropped new music in over 20 years.
20 years.
And then you want to show up late to a show that I'm paying for? You get 2 negatives. There's no way. There's no way. You want me to toss out my money. You haven't given me new music. You're showing up late or not showing up at all.
Yeah.
Yo, so somebody told me that Lauryn Hill was coming here Wednesday. He's like, Dion, you want to go? This was a couple months ago. Hell no, because I already know. I already know what they expect from you. I already know, man. And I remember, like, she showed up. She ended up performing like 4 hours later, and people were still waiting. Who? What?
Listen.
I'm chalking that up as a L. I'm not
I
waiting.
can't do it.
I'm
Jesus
not
and
waiting.
Jay-Z would have to be there for me to wait 4 hours. It couldn't. You know, and again, we love Lauren, and do we want to hear another Lauryn Hill album at this point?
I don't mind it. Like I would
curious.
not mind. I want to see what she's putting out.
I'm curious.
Because I feel like, man, she's a super talented artist. I'm curious to see what your artistry looks like now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind it, but you have to put that same energy that you put into on the Miseducation. I feel like it doesn't have to sound the same, it doesn't have to be the same, but your energy has to be put into that album.
It's
Like,
a different Lauren.
It's
at
a
this
different
point.
Lauren, different era. The team that she had backing, the producers that produced the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, legendary producers, James Poyser, all them, like, they produced that album. So at the end of the day, I mean, there's not to say there's not people out here now. It was a time frame for that. It was on point at that moment. And right now, I feel like, you know, artists who produce those albums such as that go multi-platinum and that are classics, it's hard to reproduce something that great.
Right.
You're not-
Because
you're
they
not going
waited,
to.
she waited all her life. She
To
probably
do that
started
first
to do
album.
that first album. She started writing those lyrics way back when,
Yeah.
you know, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then it all came to a head with that. So, you know, I feel like, too, I think it might be the same with Bilal. You know, it took Bilal a while to come back out with
Man.
another album.
Yeah, we gotta
You know
at
what I
least
mean?
try, man.
But he
We gotta at least
tried,
try, yeah.
and he's still been successful.
Yeah.
He's been coming out consistently since. But it's
But
kind of
you'll be
hard.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta at least try, but then you can pull deeper into that catalog. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I might not be able to do all of the Miseducation, or it might not sound like what you're accustomed to, but still, bruh,
Give us
give me some more in your catalog.
Right.
You know
Give
what I'm
us
saying?
something.
Like,
Right.
So she gets no passes from me.
And,
None, dog.
and you know, she don't even have to do
None,
like a whole album. Like, just give us one song.
I mean, everybody
Hell,
doing
everybody doing that
five,
seven.
tracks.
We need 5.
You can't give me 5.
Can we get
tracks.
5?
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
you could. Yeah,
Come on,
if we
man.
could get one.
Just
Put it all.
do a filler. Just
Yeah.
throw that thing out there.
Yeah,
Shit,
she
pull a R.
How y'all
Kelly,
feel
do
about
20
that?
minutes
How
on
y'all
one
feel
song.
about that? You know what I'm saying?
then she'll be trending for something positive as opposed to something negative, just not showing up to the shows.
Bruh. I
And
know
wait-
she
they
doesn't
make
hear
people
that.
wait.
Like, that doesn't get back to her camera.
She don't
don't give
care.
a fat baby's ass about none of this. I don't think she can. I think when you're at that point in your career where you drop this phenomenal album that everybody's clamoring to hear or clamoring to get there to see you perform it. Again, I nobody's waiting 3 hours to see me, but I mean, if you had to stretch it out and you know, just kind of put yourself in that mind frame for a moment, you know, you could probably be feeling yourself a little bit and wait 3 or 4 hours to show up on the stage and people will still be there. You know, at this point, you already got your check. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
She
I
got
don't
a
know.
deposit.
Yeah.
She ain't got a check.
It's gotta be a lawsuit
but
as a
at the end
promoter.
of-
I'm coming
Yeah,
after you.
Yeah, of
I need
course,
that.
of course.
after
Yeah,
you, bro.
run me that. Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, you know, it will stop once people stop supporting and going to pay to see her ass. You know what I mean? If you know that she's consistently not showing up for the shows, and she's making you guys wait, we love you, Lauren, but that's some disrespectful type stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can't treat people like this. The people are the people who made you. Your fans made you. You know what I mean? There would be no you without us. So with you having people waiting for you, and you not showing up, not the business. So when people stop going to support, buying those tickets, and hoping and waiting for her to show up, that's when she'll get the picture and won't do what she do. Because then, therefore, you know, there won't be no Lauryn Hill. You ain't popping no more, honey. You ain't popping.
She ain't popping, period.
Yeah.
It's a
So-
shame that
Yeah.
people giving her that false confidence. It ain't there, man. Like you've lost, I think you've lost like a big part of your fan base. But I mean, like seriously, somebody I'm a Lauryn Hill fan, and I sound
Yeah.
sour because I've been scorned.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've been scorned. Like you hurt my feelings, and I really would like for you to come back around and just give us something, man. Just anyway.
Just one song.
Yeah.
So that sounded like part of our rant. You know, we got a little emotional.
Yeah.
I think everybody
with
was
that,
a
with that
little
little
salty.
situation. You know what I mean?
I took my car, took the house, the kids go.
All of it. So,
Oh man.
yeah, but you know, it is what it is. So, well,
Yeah,
so
I
what's
guess
on
we'll
you?
be back.
Huh?
Man, I gotta think about my rant.
I started off because I had an idea. I said, God, I should have talked about this last time. You know what really grinds my gears? Gentrification.
All right.
This gentrification thing in Charlotte, North Carolina is out of hand. And actually, it's everywhere right now. This is like, and I try to tell people, like, I think it's like every 50, 60 years it happens. People start to transition into different locations or whatever. But it really disheartens me to watch our people, you know, get removed and put out of our own neighborhoods that we've been living in for so long. You know what I mean? I'm living in my grandmother's neighborhood now, and you know, it's going through it. I see signs of it everywhere. You know what I mean? Down the street, the house is $400,000.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
they're building $400,000 houses, and then right across the tracks, you know, you got the homes that have been there for a while, and they moving in. You know, so it's just really sad to watch it happen. I have this thing. I don't know about y'all, but I was thinking about this whole West End, historic West End initiative here. I like what they're doing. You know, with West Charlotte, bringing the art culture back. You know, doing, you know, black murals. But I'm like, what are they doing all this for? They doing it to pay homage to the area because now they about to take that shit over.
Right.
You know what I mean? Oh, we're gonna feed the people. We're gonna make it look like you guys are, you know, we are
That's something to think about.
here
Yeah.
for you all. Oh, we're gonna do all these things to the community, pour all this money into the community, but they're making that community look popping. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To do a farmer's market and kudos, thank you for doing it now. You know what I'm saying? But I hope the reason that you're doing it is to help save the community and keep the people who are originated in that community there. You know what I mean? I just see it 10 years from now, you know what I mean, the whole neighborhood is going to be gentrified, and then we're still going to have those murals up of what it used to be. You know what I mean? To pay homage to it. So that's just my whole thing with, you know, the gentrification right now. You know, what we like, what's popping to us, you know, we can't have nothing as people. Sorry. We can't have nothing to ourselves.
True.
Everything that we have, somebody coming to take it. You know what I mean? Take it for themselves. So it really pisses me off to see it happening. But, you know, how can we stop it? You know, we got to get them dollars. We got to support our own communities and keep the money within our own communities. But that's my rant. I hate gentrification. I don't like these new neighborhoods with all these symbols. I mean, like, NODA, fine. You know, North Davidson has been North Davidson forever.
Forever, yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay, that's fine. I give you that. But then I'm reading, like, Brooklyn got some hyphenated name now, like
I
Brooklyn,
saw
New
that.
York.
Yeah.
Here we got What do we have here? I can't keep up.
It is a bunch. It is a bunch.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
and no, I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
I mean, they just do that to make everything sound like it's brand new, but on actuality, y'all still living in the hood, and y'all trying to take the hood from us.
That's true. That's true.
And make it sound better. But anyways, that's my thing. What you want to say?
And to kind of piggyback off that, I'm not from Charlotte, but I've been here 15 years. So, you know, at this point, I can call Charlotte home, and you know, even with you know some of the native Charlotteans and you know folks that have you know kind of you know historic black neighborhoods are now you know people getting pushed out of these things. It's sad. I'm from a small town in South Carolina, so it's there's not enough money. There's not a light at the end of the tunnel for people in my hometown to necessarily be pushed out. But you know, in seeing my friends here and you know the people that I call now family here kind of getting pushed out and things of that nature, it is sad. I don't have a rant. I don't know if there's anything that's been burning me up this week in the past couple weeks to think about doing a rant other than my eyes are kicking my butt right now. That's why I got these glasses on. So my rant is against my eyeballs. And I'm upset because I've been good to y'all all these years. And in the past week, I've had to wear these damn glasses looking like blind Melly Jelly. So that's my rant. My contacts should be in by the next show, and I'm not having glasses on. But yeah, I'm upset about my eyes, and I can't wait to get out of these lights.
I have to say those are some fly glasses.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You gotta wear them, man. Be cool. Be cool.
So,
So yeah, I guess my rant, man, is definitely going to be a little different, man. It's going to be about the music, man. It's just I feel like artists nowadays aren't really caring about their craft, and of course it's easy to get on these things, man. But if you care about what you're doing or what you're putting your heart into, you won't be putting out some of this bullshit. Bro, I had this playlist on YouTube, listening to YouTube, remember, listen to this playlist, and I heard the word stick about a gun at least 20 times, maybe out of 50 songs, man. I might have heard it 20 times. Why everybody talking about the stick as a gun? Like, that shit is the corniest thing ever, man, without the stick. Right, okay, are you a cop or are you whipping out the yang? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What's really going on here, man? But I just feel like, man, it's super easy to get on, man. Everybody's trying to be a rapper, and not everyone is made for rapping, man. Like, you gotta find your goal somewhere else, man. Like, you've been, I think a lot of youth is being put into a silo, man, where all you see is like sports or I'm gonna make it rapping, and bruh, you're not gonna make it as an athlete more than likely, and you damn sure ain't gonna make it spit. So I just feel like you gotta find life goals in another place, man, because entertainment and I'm not saying this for everyone, man. I'm just telling you my opinion. You might, in your eyes, you might be the greatest rapper ever. And pursue that dream. By all means, pursue that dream. You want to play sports? Pursue that dream. But maybe you should seek honest opinions outside of your team. Outside of your team.
That's
Seek
true.
honest opinions outside of your team. I know plenty of talented dudes in Charlotte. I forgot to mention local artists last week. Black Lennon, Solo, Megan the Joe. Two dope artists. I see them, man, they don't get enough shine, but I'm seeing this trash out here. Anyway, that's my rant. Take your shit seriously if you want to do something. If you don't want to do something, then you're clearly not taking it seriously. Find something else to do.
And to piggyback off what the trash is continuing to be perpetuated because that is what the record labels want. If you turn on the radio, shout out to Radio Rehab, that's where the whole idea came from. When you turn on the radio, what you hear in black music stations is not what you hear on white music stations. You know, white people, their music stations talk about love, life, you know what I'm saying, success. It's all positivity, you know. but then the record labels want us to sit out here and cool. You know, they want us to talk about drugs, money, sex, you know, violence, like, you know,
The stick.
the stick, right? You know, and then we do that because we're so, you know, we need money. You know, what I mean, people want money, want to be successful, and to do that at what cost? We're hurting our community. You know, it's been happening since, I think, you know, in my opinion, it's been happening since, you know, '98 with what's his name? Master P.
That was before 98.
Yeah, that was
He was in the 92, 93, 94 range. Ice Cream Man came out in
You're
94.
You're right.
So, I mean, you gonna always find that bullshit. You gonna always find that bullshit. But, I mean, hey, man, I'm down for the bullshit sometimes. I'm like a quick mix. Louis get on me all the time. But I like 21 Savage. It's an album. I didn't like it, but there's definitely parts of it I was like, okay, I can jam this shit. Now,
never listen. Go ahead. Yeah.
Now, I can't listen to it all the time. I need some substance. I need to eat. I need food that nourishes my mind and my body. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't it. That ain't it. So, I just like a healthy balance of bullshit. I like a healthy balance of good shit. I like a healthy balance of the better shit. I don't just a whole lot of shit. I like it all.
And that's good. Balance is, you know, balance is necessary. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know,
Shouldn't dominate.
it shouldn't dominate, you know, and I think that our whole culture, our culture, black culture, is affected by the negativity that's being portrayed and continues to be portrayed in media, and it affects our children, and they don't know what's real and what's not. Yeah, it starts at home, you know, being able to decipher between the two, you know what I mean, but if they're not getting it there, some kids aren't getting that type of knowledge or, you know, schooling at home, so if they're not getting it there, they're getting out the streets.
Right.
And so we just gotta do better. You know, not sell ourselves out for these dollars, because at the end of the day, we are affecting our culture and our future. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. We want to thank you all for coming out, watching us. We will be back again for another edition of Sound Off at Digger's Delight in Tip Top Market. You guys have anything else to say?
This next one, I think this next one. Good.
Yeah, y'all gotta tune in for
I think this next one.
You know what I'm talking about. We're gonna give it to you.
Shout out to the top of Diggs
Yes.
Delight.
Shout out.
In fact, Will, Simplistic Phobia, thank you, my good sir.
Thank you so much. And we'll be back again. Make sure you follow all my people on social media. And yeah, we're here, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Peace.